Can't escape.
Babylon Enchantment surrounds everyone, everything, and the bills of freedom shall forever ring. And along with the angels, our spirits do sing to the kingdom of joy, where our love is the King. Run away, run away. We'll be getting started shortly here in about 10 minutes. So with graduates and escorts, we'll just have the graduates and escorts in the back, and then everyone else start taking your seats.
Like that. Take a step downward. That, I think when the fan gets up, help her down, make sure she don't fall.
Oh yeah, that's me.
How's the sound up there? How's the sound up there, okay? It's my smallest speaker. I thought it was going to be bigger. So I brought all those speakers down over there. Yeah. Because I can control it all from right here. Outside? Yeah, outside with this group. And oh, it's all right. Yeah. No, sound company sounds good audio. In fact, I was the one that did the first Tri-City thing here. I did sound in 11 different places all in one day. All that. Yeah, my whole crew set out all over. I kid. Yeah. Oh, no problem.
Did everyone get a program? These two here in the front are handing out programs. Coach Sullivan and Mr. Winika. We have the first two rows reserved for the graduates and their escorts, and then the rest of the seats are available. Let's welcome our TCS senior class of 2022. Our first graduate is Gianna Antonio. She is daughter of Glenn and Phyllis Antonio. She is escorted by her parents. Our second graduate is Angelina Apache. She is the daughter of Lennon Apache, and she is being escorted by her father and mom, Diane Sandoval. The next graduate is Mikia Apachito. She is the niece of Eugene and Faith Monty. She is being escorted by her uncle and auntie. graduate is Shanoa Baca. She is the daughter of Brenda Guerrero and Adam Baca. She is being escorted by Juliet Apache and Ethan Baca. Our next graduate is Clayton Chavez. He is son of Elvira Chavez, and he is being escorted by his mother and father. Our next graduate is Karina Francisco. She is daughter of Earl and Christy Francisco. She is being escorted by her parents. Our next graduate is Erin Ganado-Negro. She is daughter of Cheryl and the late Erin Ganado-Negro. She is being escorted by her mother and grandfather Archie Ganado-Negro. Our next graduate is Ryan Hemstreet. He is son of Ralph Hemstreet, and he is being escorted by his father. Our next graduate is Tiara Jake. She is granddaughter of Nora Apachito and William Watts. She is being escorted by her grandparents. Our next graduate is Marissa Mays. She is the daughter of Vernetta Mays and Jeremy Mays. She is escorted by her parents. Our next graduate is Heather Mariano. She is the daughter of late Harold and Kimberly Mariano, and she is being escorted by her grandparents, Clarence and Marie Mariano. Our next graduate is Tyshina Monty. She is daughter of Virginia Becenti and the late Timothy Monty. She is being escorted by her mother and sister Tanisha Monty. Our next graduate is Rhiannon Patero. She is daughter of Mandy Sanchez and Dalbert Patero. She is escorted by her father, Dalbert Patero. Our next graduate is Aiden Spencer. He is son of Eric and Celeste Spencer. He is being escorted by his parents. Last but not least, our last graduate, Moso Wilson. She is daughter of Bridget Wilson and Stephen Monty Hermoso. She is being escorted by her grandparents, Harrison and Rita Wilson. Let's give our class of 2022 a round of applause. As they're still standing, We'll have our national anthem by Donata Secretero, Miss TCS. Yad eshik edosh dinershe yad Donata Secretarianshe. TóHajiilee de nasha. Kanizani nishne kiani bashish chin tani dash cheshin dashanela. Akot ego echi kenishne shidero shamaya dana vendori neta secretary Shamasana sana Sarah Cisco Williams and Dosha Che sana Danny Cisco Williams and Shamasana Dosha Che Berigani do El Regani William. Chanel is Don and Marie Secretary William, do Chanel has Teen and Thomas Lee Secretary Williams and TóHajiilee de nasha. Thoughts out the Inchtka, TóHajiilee Community School the Inchtka, I can't. Yashodanolen hayot kat biede badawi liko ate danat aiye gunichit nevini no don't pesantes naba yet aya bet aweni ye godinat nehel chedi tafente banelini I will go benelida Mijane, you guys can go ahead and take your seats. So yat en kidadeshniti upine. Upon a fortune that Twaki Bakojoro Naishna Shashe Shava Apachito Yinashiro Ashin Ashiro Deshini E Bashishin do Twitchini E Dashanella Gotkobaha E Dashache do TóHajiilee E Atal Twagi you can't one asleep. Oscar, okay, the bene ya mistress of ceremonial, ya beke or dagi naltos, Boston zero late this year. As she so the Zimbe Ados ne, but be Ados need, Miss Betty Secretary at the neck at trip Oscar.
الان خواهد کردم از آمده جدو اتشیدو مثلا نسلی آنال داشتیم تا نسلی آراسشی اوتان وسانیگی اکو کون قاشنه نادا استیت نادا استخا یا نانا خی باقجادو ایو It breaks your heart to see them go when you're a teacher. Every day is in your classroom, you think about them. Their names are still on their desk where they used to sit. You just remember and pray for them. Koshira Shaya Betty Secretary and Chira that Nick Ashal Khan TóHajiilee. The Kojina Yo Istra. Dora Kojina TóHajiilee. I used to not shy Yanle Twale or Leda Ade Nashande no Combigate. Ade Kojin and Yande Arapon Stata. I don't nanshlinige ya tanasan in the shnido not that a ya bashes chindo touchy later is later that's a chedo as chedo should not let that ya san in the shlin. Of course, yeah, there's not fun to the shnido little Nakalchine yopal yego but for that doesn't. Pray for your children, your family, your home. Everywhere you go, pray over your vehicle and don't just take off. You got money in your hand, you just want to go spin it right away and just take off. Ain't taka. Koroshi yata nedo yego. A chimba sotatusan. A hela shooting in garden lini ya ashta kon lone corner. Dick up benigin china the schnedo leftika. Kayos kajit now just a hela zodaswa na sabakai. The never lash line leaning zodas with one shooting in garden leaning. I don't that she caught a wall on that kind of a shooting in the chindag and that kind of it, the hand shooting in garden leaning. I don't the corruption and nada is tied it over one. Kashine lago, Dobitan Estra, the teacher than Lini, Bas Kaidan Lini, Dobinestra, Jada de land, ne quizzens go come. A quiet house, Hashine la she that Asian pen master to cut or let her does this cago. A court here la shooting in the surgeon. Arapal tried and lean it on the principal and lean it on school board and lean it on the arts for chapter go. Then the house honey she done not any than lean it to the arts for with the hot names to the arts for Josh in Hata J. Athole. A yo on it a yahabe. A yo never yet as he can niche a young ashte. A coduda surgeon never done the Kashmir it of the needle. A young inch nether with the nego. Koroya also has seedole. Arada Swadada was the shooting in God. Ashmore the Hunza, she see a shake even national end the shooting in God. A hair lands of the was a bit hair, a hair. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Those of you that are still standing, we have some seats that are open up front. If you would like to have a seat. Next, we will have our welcome address by Mr. Lawrence R. Patero, School Board President, and Ms. Aubrey Biovin, High School Counselor.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Yeah, that's better. Yate. Welcome to historic Old Town. I'm Lawrence Platero. I'm the president of the school board. My clans are, my mom is from Taos. She's with the Taos clan in Taos Pueblo. My dad is with the, my late father is of the Edgewater people. I'd like to also acknowledge my wife, Cornelia. Would you please stand up? 45 years. believe this is one of the first and only times that we've had graduation off campus in all the years that I've been with the school board. And due to some of the restrictions that we've had, that's the reason why it was moved off campus. We would not be able to get all of the people inside the gym with the number of people that we're restricted to. I'd like to welcome everyone to Albuquerque, to Old Town, to all of you here that are here today. We have members of our School Board of Education, our board members. Please stand. We have Ms. Castillo, who has been through all of this, our principal and chief school administrator. We also have some of our administrative staff with us today. We have teachers here today. Please stand up if you're here to be recognized. Along with the graduation, we also have 4 of our teachers that have continued their education and gotten their degrees in education as well. So congratulations to them also. Today we pay tribute to our distinguished guests here, the graduating class of 2022. And of course, the honored and proud parents, relatives, and friends as well. Along with the visitors that we have here, we have our council delegate, Mr. Jamie Henyo. I understand it's his birthday today as well. Happy birthday. We also have Ms. Shondine Parrish. She's from Kayenta, Arizona. She's a former Miss Navajo as well. Parents, students, guests, it's been another challenging year for us with the COVID pandemic still prevalent here across the United States. There's been different variants of this that's been going around, and it's still with us. So we still have to continue to be careful in all areas. Our school, as you know, functions under Navajo Nation government, so we have to kind of keep in line with whatever precautions they put out, with whatever regulations that they have when it comes to the COVID-19. Our school as well has come under health and safety precautions. We're hoping and going towards, with the help of our agencies in education, to try to get funded for a brand new school, so we can continue to educate a lot of our children here the best possible education possible. And we're all hoping with our school board to work towards that goal there. With all that taken into consideration, you as seniors have prevailed. You're taking another step today in your lifetime to move forward and become adults in the world, see how things are. We hope that your experience and your education here at the school has provided you a goal that you want to accomplish in your lifetime. I just recommend to you that you continue your education, get your degree, make your parents proud, make your community proud. Come back and help your community out as well. So on behalf of our school board, we welcome everybody here to the graduation. Good luck to all of the graduates here. May you have safe travels and a good day. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. I am so happy to welcome our school faculty, families, community members, and school board to the class of 2022 graduation ceremony. Most importantly, I am beyond excited to welcome the accomplished graduates sitting before me. Even in the short year and a half that I have known you all, I have seen you grow and flourish as you were striving toward your goal of making it here today. This, of course, was not without obstacles. Les Brown has said, wanting something is not enough. You must hunger for it. Your motivation must be absolutely compelling in order to overcome the obstacles that will invariably get in your way. This group of students truly exemplifies that quote. Each and every student had to overcome incredible obstacles to be able to sit here with us. These students persevered even when faced with the devastating impact of a global pandemic and the overwhelming number of lost family and community members. On top of that major disruption, they each had to show incredible resilience on a daily basis as they faced the typical trials of being a high school student. From wanting to drop a dual credit class at the last minute, to trying to get the grades in time to play in the big basketball game, and even wanting to give up on graduation entirely. These students pressed on and endured. I encourage our graduates to remember those moments where you thought you could not possibly continue. To remember the times you wanted to give up. Then remember that you didn't. Those moments will happen throughout life. You will want to give up sometimes. We all do. When that happens, remember how you overcame these obstacles. Remember how good it feels to sit here with us today as graduates of the class of 2022. Remember those that helped you on your way and know that we are all here to support you through life. So welcome everyone as we celebrate these incredible, resilient human beings. Graduates, today is your day, and we are here to celebrate you. You let nothing get in your way, and you did it. Take these memories and your diploma and move forward into the world. I cannot wait to see what you achieve.
Next, we will have our sponsor message from Dr. Michael Cavalier, senior sponsor for this year.
Yate apene. Good morning. I, Michel Le Cavalier, the senior sponsor, want to thank everyone that helped these incredible students reach this important milestone in their lives. Parents, guardians, family, friends, the Board of Education, administration, teachers, and staff, you have made a huge difference to these aspiring young adults. You all. I have been your math teacher since you were scrawny ninth graders. I have watched you grow and change for 4 years, and I am so pleased to be your senior class sponsor. The fact that you made it this far despite the enormous obstacles during the pandemic says a lot about your drive and perseverance. You experienced gut-wrenching sadness in the loss of family and friends, and had to learn a totally different way of communicating and learning remotely. And you did it with much fear and loneliness, but you made it. And I could not be more proud of you. My hopes for you are that you stay connected to your families and culture while you pursue your future dreams and journeys. Always keep an open mind and continue to push yourselves so you can learn what you are truly capable of achieving. Your ancestors have shown you the way by establishing the Navajo Nation as a sovereign nation within the U.S., largest area in America dedicated to a native culture, an incredible achievement. And they did it despite many painful obstacles. You have reached the end of a long journey, so take good care of yourselves while you begin a new phase in life. Remember, take good care of your knees and don't forget to wear sunscreen. Go get them, Warriors.
That was nice. That was a nice speech from Dr. Cavalier. Next, we'll have our message from the salutatorians, Aaron Ganegar and Heather Mariano. Yate anus toshe Aaron Ganegar inshe. Kian inshe tobas naje e bashachin chisha dasha cheto nashkaladne e dashanala. Akot ego chicken inshe. Sebit ada shana hait isto denasha. Shema e shar Ganegar do shaja e Aaron Ganegar unte. Shanala has tinto Shanala stan e archi dot leros Ganegar ye. The Chedo Shamasana e Arado Marie Pino. Hello everyone, my name is Aaron Ganegar. I am Tyron House clan, born to two who came to the Water clan. My maternal grandfather is Cherokee Apache. My paternal grandfather is Muscalero Apache. I am 18 years old and I am from Alamo. My mother is Cheryl Ganegar and my father is the late Aaron Ganegar. My maternal grandparents are the late Ira and Marie Pino. My paternal grandparents are Archie and Lorez Ganegar. I would like to thank everyone for coming to our graduation today. I am proud to be one of the two salutatorians for the class of 2022. We have done it, y'all. It has been a rough past few years. I remember when we were sophomores, we told each other, see you next week. Next thing we know, we had 2 weeks off. We were so happy for the extended break, but then we ended up staying home for the rest of the school year and the year after that. Until our senior year, when we had a choice to stay virtual or go to school in person, despite all of this, we still managed to do our best. COVID tried to stop us, but that didn't stop us from achieving our dreams. We had so many great memories together, like when our class president flooded the restroom, and we had class in the library. The same year, we had an amazing time when the school treated us to a trip to Hong Kong, the restaurant. We always knew how to joke with each other and have fun. Heather and I would always roast Aiden and joke about his bar of soap. I have so many memories like this that I will cherish. Like when it was my first day of kindergarten, I didn't know what was happening. When my older sister took off to go to class, I started running after her, telling her not to leave me, but she did. And I learned how to thrive on my own that day. When I was a sophomore, we won district championship for basketball. And then my senior year, we won again. We went to the third round of state. These will always be part of my core memories. As a kid, I was always told that education was very important. So I studied and made my education one of my top priorities. One thing I will miss about high school is my grandpa waking me up every morning for me, telling me to get ready when I leave the bus. He would always tell me, no boys, listen at school and don't get in trouble. And I would just head out the door and run to the bus. That's what my favorite artist and rapper, A Boogie with a Hoodie, says. One of the most significant secrets of becoming successful in your life would be to perfect your own craft. So to my fellow classmates, I am glad to be your salutatorian. I wish you all the best and encourage you to follow your dreams no matter what. I would like to thank our teachers. Without them, we wouldn't be graduating. You all have encouraged us to keep pushing us and telling us we can do it, and that we are almost done with high school and you want all of us to graduate and have a successful life. I would like to thank some of these people for helping me throughout my years in high school. My grandma and grandpa for raising me and teaching me from right and wrong. My two sisters who are always being by my side. My mother for encouraging me and motivating me to keep pushing and achieving my dreams. Thanks to my brother-in-law, Jose, for making sure I had everything I needed and for buying me stuff. I am grateful for my Auntie May and Eric. Thank you for taking me places and being my second family. You guys treated me like your own when you didn't have to. I am also very thankful for my brother Aiden. He has always been my partner in crime. When I needed someone to talk to, he was there. I could vent to him and tell him about my problems, and he would always listen and help me in any way that he could. Lastly, I'd like to thank my dad. He has been my hero, my protector, my first love. I love him so much, words can't express it. He is the one who taught me about life. He taught me many things, like how to change a tire, how to defend myself. He even taught me how to braid my own hair, and he taught me how to cook. He helped me understand fractions and science too. He helped me. I miss him telling me about his life when he would used to get in fights or when he used to play softball. Also when he would do funny things in public. I always think of him when I need motivation. I would tell myself, I have to make my dad proud. I can't give up now. I will always cherish the memories I have of him. I believe he is a very proud dad. If he was here today, he would be bragging nonstop and being loud, cheering me on right now. Thank you all. Good job, Erin. Next, we'll have Heather Mariano, also one of the salutatorians.
Greetings and salutations. I'm Heather Mariano, one of the two salutatorians of the class of 2022. I'm very excited to share this honor with my first friend since Head Start, Erin Ganegar. Our first interaction was when we were kids. I was trying to sharpen my pencil, but it was too hard for me to reach, and she helped me since she was tall. Since then, I remained close to her because she was smart and knew things like how to tie shoes into bunny ears. As a kid, the only thing I looked forward to about going to school was seeing my friends. For all the years I've gone to this school, I've made so many friends. I remember all the funny things we have done, like when someone flooded the bathroom, and when we took a trip to Hong Kong. From Head Start to our senior year in high school, I'm glad to remain close friends with you all. We have all experienced different emotions, either good or bad, but we lived through it and are now graduating today. I hope our future is filled with laughter and good things. Growing up, my family taught me so much. I have sisters, brothers, aunties, uncles, grandmas, and grandpas who I love a lot. I cherish the memories I have with my parents and keep them in my heart forever. My grandparents were the ones who raised me, and I'm lucky to have them in my life. They gave me everything I wanted and told me to be happy. They are always there for me no matter what, and I'm eternally grateful for them. I love you, Grandma and Papa. I couldn't have done it without you. Now I thank you all for making this graduation happen, especially our hardworking class president, Aiden Spencer. I also would like to thank the teachers who helped me a lot. Thank you for inspiring me. Also, I'm sorry I couldn't keep certain promises, but I will never stop learning. Now for my class, congratulations seniors, we did it. We are finally done with high school. I'm proud of you all and I hope you're success. In the words of Harry Styles, if you're happy doing what you're doing, nobody can tell you you're not successful. To my friends, I love you all and I can't wait to see what we will become.
Good job, Heather. Next, we will have a message from the valedictorian, Karina A. Francisco.
Yat Eish Edo Shadana, Shay Kina Francisco Yisha. Adona Nishlinagi A. Zaiskini Nishle, Kia Ani Bashichin, Nakarana Dashache, Tabain Dashamela, Akot Ego H. Kenishle. Shema Doshaja A. Cristido O. Francisco Dia, Doshamasana Doshache A. Christine, Do James Mariano Dia, Doshanelis Don Doshanelis T. A. Catherine Do Bert Francisco Dia. TóHajiilee Nasha, TóHajiilee Community School Day Inch Beats Ara Shanaha. Good morning, families, friends, faculty, and staff. Today we celebrate the class of 2022. My name is Karina Francisco, and it is an honor to speak as the valedictorian for this graduating class. I'm gonna make it simple. We've dreamt of this day for as long as I can remember. It has always seemed so far away. But today is the day where we start a new chapter in our lives. It seems like yesterday we were shy little kids, just starting Head Start, playing on the playground, setting the table, and going on long bus rides. We have all been through so much together, and now today we close. Sorry. Lost my spot. And now today we close this chapter and move on to the start of something new. 4 years ago, we walked the halls as freshmen, not knowing what was ahead of us. We dreamt of homecoming, prom, our senior trip, and all of the excitement surrounding senior year. Unfortunately, our experience was cut short due to the COVID-19 pandemic started in the middle of our sophomore year. Some of us lost important people due to this ugly virus, but words can't express how proud I am of each and every one of you. Despite the obstacles that faced us, we made it, and I wish nothing but the best for you all. Thank you, school board, administration, business office, custodians, maintenance, and most importantly, our teachers. Many of the teachers that shaped us into who we are today aren't here with us, but the ones that stuck with us through it all are. Thank you, Mr. Winika, Dr. Cavalier, Mr. Stevens, Miss Betty, Mr. Lomasag, and the rest of the high school staff. To my family, without you guys, I wouldn't have made it to where I am. Thank you for pushing me and encouraging me throughout school. I wouldn't have done it without you guys. A special thank you to my parents. I don't know what I would have done without you both, feeding me and buying me stuff. I love you both. Class of 22, we did it and we're done. Congratulations. Yeah.
Good job, Tina. Next, we will have our commencement address from Ms. Shondine Parrish, former Miss Navajo Nation.
Ado yaet shema do shije yaet amasana do ache anala danoslanigi yaet shik she kia ani adona enishlingo do bashichin squadichini dashache tskobahan dashanella akot alastan inishla she shandin perishinishia nele ajigo squadineshan dent nasha ado natas on den do denahoto dent chishiket. Good morning, friends and family. I am so excited to be here today.
Are you excited to be here today? To celebrate the graduating class of 2022. I'd like to thank the school board, the administration, the leadership for their dedication to our students, to their education, but more importantly to their development. This school has played a very influential part in their development as young adults. But this isn't to say that the impact that you all have had as parents, grandparents, nellies, as aunties, uncles, siblings, those are the impact that you've applied to your graduates today. Those are lessons that they'll carry on for the rest of their lives. So graduates, could we all give a round of applause to your family? Well, thank you for inviting me to be here today. Again, my name is Shandine, and I am from Kayenta. I am super excited to be here today because I'm also a recent graduate, so I feel like the festivities are continuing. Yesterday, I just graduated with my master's from Arizona State University. Thank you. And I couldn't pass up the opportunity to be here with all of you because it's important to celebrate all of our milestones, especially those of our young leaders on the Navajo Nation. So I'm very, very excited to be here. Today, my message is for our children, for our graduating class of 2022. Scholars, each and every one of you have successfully completed 12 or 13, including your Head Start year, of education. Each and every one of you are graduating high school. Can you believe it? Yes? I know, you've probably been waiting for a while, but that's an accomplishment that many people don't get to see, and many of your family members are a testament to your success. So I want you to savor in the moment and to really take it in because this accomplishment is one of many. Today I want to share some lessons that I've learned as one of you. I am just a girl from the reservation that really applied what I observed in the community to what I do now. And I was just like all of you, graduating, a little afraid of what's to come and unsure of the future. And even if you're taking the time to take some time off to decide what you're doing, that time that you're taking off is going to help with planning for the future. It's going to help with the plans that are to come, and that's important to just to take time for yourself and to develop those plans. So some of you are going off to the military, some of you are going to college, and another portion of you are going to technical school. And each and every one of your decisions to go on to continue what your life, those are important plans for you to pursue. And when I was in your shoes, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I started out at Kayenta and I graduated from Monument Valley High School, and I went to ASU when I was 16 years old. When I went to ASU at 16, nobody really knows what they're doing. I was an elementary education major, and I wanted to pursue bilingual education because on my part of the reservation in the Western Agency, we lack resources for immersion programs for Denepizad. So I observed what we needed in our community, and I wanted to apply my opportunity to go to school to help our community. And even though it was a small little issue that I saw in my community, taking the resources that I had and making sure that I applied everything that I could, I had in my resources to that issue, it's led to my journey today. So I graduated high school 10 years ago, and I'm not a teacher now, but through the process I've learned so much. So when I was at ASU, I did 3 years in elementary education, And then I was about to do an internship at Arizona State University, and they wanted to put me in a Spanish English classroom. And when I was in the Spanish English classroom, I didn't know how to talk to the people or to the kids who were in the Spanish classroom because I knew Navajo. And so I had to put my foot down, and I said, okay, I need to know how to, or sorry, I need to, I need to put my foot down because there are, sorry, let me gather my thoughts. There's a lot of things going on, so I apologize. Let me put this down. Okay, so there are a few things that I've learned. When I had to put my foot down, I really had to stand up for our people. And that was the first time that I ever told somebody no. It was the first time that I ever said, okay, I'm going to stand up for my nation, for the indigenous people who also need the education, for us to learn how to become the accredited schools on our reservation. And that was really hard for me to do. It's really hard sometimes to stand up for yourself, but through perseverance and through the determination and through the support of your family, all of you can make a stand in whatever you're going to face in the future. It's going to take a lot of courage and a lot of bravery, but that isn't to say that you're not capable, because you are very capable. I was just like you, and I still am just like you. I come from a community in Navajo Mountain that doesn't have running water, so a lot of the times I have to go out and help my grandma haul water and just like help chop wood and things. And that humbleness and that way of life taught me a lot of the self-discipline and self-determination that has kind of helped me get to that point. I guess what I'm trying to say is all of the lessons that your family members have taught you, have helped grow you, is what's going to help you. And I know you've probably heard this over and over and over again, but it's going to, maybe you can't see what it's going to look like in college or what your future profession might be. But if you're consistent, if you keep going and you keep listening to what your parents or your family members have to say, the school board here has to say, you're going to realize that the patience that you put in is going to pay off. There's a lot of patience that has to go through the process. And I didn't believe it too until one day I was doing pageants, and one of my family members said, "Shandine, why do you still do pageants? You never." And I said, I don't do pageants to win. I do pageants because I want to get better at public speaking, or I want to get better at singing. I don't sing very well. It's okay, but when you keep on doing something and keep on doing it, you keep on practicing. And so if I gave up that dream and that goal to keep going, and I wouldn't be where I am today. There's a lot of failure in the process, and I want you to know that you shouldn't be afraid to fail, that you shouldn't be afraid to give up, because if you don't allow yourself to fail, then how are you going to get to the next part? Because you could be right at the cusp of your success before you get there. So keep going. If I decided to give up on anything, if I decided to go home and not go to school, if I decided to go home and just be with my sisters or my family, because I'm the oldest in my family too, I would have to take care of my siblings, and of course that's admirable when you have to take care of your family. It's just if I gave up, there are a lot of things that I would have given up in the future. And I want you to think about that, to think about your future, to think about your potential, because your potential is endless. You're at a place in your life where you could become the next president of the Navajo Nation. You're at a place in your life where you could become one of the best physicians for our country. We have an astronaut, we have physicians, we have physicists, we have leaders, we have so many people, and each and every one of you can add to that. Each and every one of you can continue to improve our nation. And the determination that you have now can carry on. When I was Miss Navajo Nation, I decided to run for Miss Navajo Nation because I wanted to help our people. Genuinely, I wanted to show people that I love them. And within that, think about what plans you set before you and think about the reason why you want to achieve it. Do you want to achieve it for your family? Do you want to achieve it for somebody else? More importantly, how is it going to help you? How is it going to, how are you going to, how is it going to better you? How is it going to better your future family? How is it going to better your community? Because the decisions that you make today, the decision that you make tomorrow, those are the decisions that are going to impact the next generation. And I think those are the most important decisions that you have to make, the ones that you have to make personally for yourself. For yourself, because you know the betterment of your community, you know what your community needs. When you think about the next step in your life, think about what can I do for my community? What can I do for my family? What can I do for my people? Those are the core values that I was taught when I was young and have continued to use to help me decide what the next step in my life is. And I don't know what the future looks like. We can plan and we can hope and we can dream and we can make goals, and those are the goals that you can set for yourself that, you never know what's going to happen. So, when you're planning, make sure you shoot for the stars, make sure you shoot for above what you can dream of, because when you have big goals, you're going to land somewhere among it, even though you might fail. Don't be afraid of that, because it's going to happen. It happens to everyone. You're going to mess up at some point, and that's okay. It's about then overcoming that and having to get back up and continue to work and continue to the reason why you started in the first place. That's really what's inspired me to continue public service, is because I saw during the pandemic the issues that our chapter houses were facing, the lack of communication that was happening, and I said, okay, with my opportunity to be Miss Navajo, I can apply the scholarship that I get from being Miss Navajo then to going to school. And I went back to school right after I was Miss Navajo to pursue a master's degree in business management, where I learned about project management, which would help our chapter houses get the resources that they need, because sometimes in our chapter houses we just need a little bit more guidance, and I felt that I could be the change that I wanted to see. And so that's why I went back to school, and hopefully in the future, whatever it might be, I don't know what is yet to come, but I know that I have this new skill set and the education necessary to then continue to make change in the future. So graduates, I want you to challenge yourself to think about the skill set that you were given in your high school, among all of your teachers, among your family members, your community members, and think about the skills that you've gathered, and now what are you going to do to apply that to your next step? What are you going to do, and then after that, and then after that? I also challenge you to make a 10-year plan, to think about, what am I going to do at the end of this list? On my 10-year plan back in 2011, I put the last thing was be Miss Navajo, and I never really applied a great amount of preparation to it. But sometimes when it takes 10 years to achieve something, Those 10 years, everything you do in those experiences will help you get there. So what do you want to do in 10 years? In 10 years, are you going to be here giving the same speech to the graduating class of 2032? What do you want to tell them? What do you want to give back and say, this is what I did, and you can do it too? You all have a different, unique skill set that any of us had. When anybody that is not a part of the class of 2022, none of us had the opportunity to use Zoom or Google Classrooms or the FaceTime. None of us had that skill set when we were your age. So now that you have a greater technological advantage than any of us, how are you going to help our nation continue to advance? How are you going to help us get to the next level? You guys are much smarter, much more adept, way more advanced than any of us. And I'm very excited to see where you guys will go in the future. And I just want you all to enjoy today, to really savor in your milestone, and to think about what today means to you, what it means to your family, and where you're going to take your next steps in your future. Because I want to know where each and every one of you go in the future. Ahead. Thank you, Shandi. Next, we will have our awards presented by Michelle Pauline Abeda, School Board Vice President.
Yate, good morning. It's good to see everyone here today. She'e Pauline Abeda Yenshia, Nakaida Nishle, Bishbich Ahi Bashishin, Kia Ani Dashache, Ado Italian Dashanale, Ie Kotas Nishle. Before I proceed with the awards, I'd like to acknowledge the TóHajiilee Community Chapter President, who I just realized was here today celebrating with us. So, Mr. Jimmy Secretaro, thank you for being here. Second, I'd like to say thank you to the class of 2022 for sparking an old tradition. In years past, the graduating class would gift something back to the school. And this year, the Board of Directors have been informed that the class of 2022, has graciously donated a bench back to the school, honoring our upcoming students. So thank you. Next, I'd like to also say that education is a family effort. And to the families who are here, we encourage you to stand with them and continue with them on their educational journey, whether it be through technical school or a college or university. My husband and I included our children in our education, and that journey was not overnight. So on behalf of our family, I'd like to tell the class of 2022, if at any time you'd like to talk about your prospects, anytime you'd like to talk about your plan or what you want to do, please do not hesitate to reach out. I'd be more than willing to help you and talk with you. Right now, I'd like to recognize the Citizenship Award. This award is given by a vote from the teachers at the TóHajiilee Community School for a student who exemplifies citizenship. This award is going to the daughter of Delbert Platero and Mandy Sanchez, Miss Rayanne Platero. The next award is a beautiful award. I remember Miss Marjorie Aveda when I started kindergarten. The Parent Advisory Committee has been gracious enough to extend this award and fundraise for it for the last few years. This award goes to the student with the highest attendance rate all 4 years from their freshman year to their senior year. This award goes to the son of Eric and Celeste Spencer, Mr. Aiden Spencer. Apache Award is given to traditionally the salutatorians of the class. The first award I'd like to give is to the granddaughter of Mr. Clarence and Marie Mariano, Miss Heather Mariano. The second Marty Apache Award goes to the daughter of the late Aaron and Cheryl Ganada-Negro, Miss Erin Rose Ganada-Negro. Finally, the Desidero Platero Award. This award is given to the student with the highest academic achievement. This award goes to the daughter of Earl and Christy Francisco, Miss Kina Francisco. Thank you and congratulations to the class of 2022.
Let's give a round of applause to all of our speakers today. And also all of our leadership that is present here today, our chapter officials, school board members, each and every one of them, those that came out, our guest speaker. Right now we will have the seniors line up. We will have the presentation of the graduates. We have our class motto. It says, certain things catch your eyes, but pursue only those that capture the heart. Class colors, gold and white. Class flowers, sunflower and white lilies. Class song, Forever Young by Rod Stewart. Let's give another round of applause to our class of 2022. Our first graduate, Gianna Antonio, parents Glenn and Phyllis Antonio. Next we have Angelina Apache, daughter of Leonard Apache and Diane Peshtoni Sandoval. Next we have Mikia Apachito, daughter of Sam Apachito and Faith Monty. Next we have Shanoa Baca, daughter of Ethan Baca and Julia Apache. Next we have Clayton Chavez, son of Alviro Chavez and Erwin Chavez. Next we have Karina Francisco, daughter of Earl and Christy Francisco. Next we have Erin Ganada-Negro, daughter of the late Erin and Cheryl Ganada-Negro.
Sorry, you could just take a step to the left a little bit. Thank you so much.
Next up we have Ryan Hemstreet, son of Ralph Hemstreet. Next we have Sierra Jake, granddaughter of William Watch and Nora Apachito. Next we have Marissa Mays, daughter of Jeremy Mays and Bernetta Mays. Next, we have Heather Mariano, granddaughter of Clarence and Marie Mariano. Next, we have Taishina Monty, daughter of Virginia Vicente. Next, we have Rhiannon Potero, daughter of Mandy Sanchez and Dalbert Potero. Next, we have Aiden Spencer, son of Eric and Celeste Spencer. Next, we have Moso Wilson, daughter of Stephen Monte Hermoso and Bridget Wilson. Let's give it up to our class of 2022, TóHajiilee Community School. Next, we will have our presentation of graduates. Ms. Walina Costello, Chief School Administrator.
It is an honor to celebrate this special day with our graduates, family members, and guests. To the class of 2022 graduates, this is your day. You're receiving your high school diploma. Big milestone in your life. If you may please be seated, and then I'll have you stand back up shortly. I would like to say thank you to our guest speaker, former Miss Navajo Nation, Miss Parrish. We would like to honor you with the Pendleton blanket from our school board and our administration, and on behalf of our students. Thank you for doing our speech. Seniors, in your class song, you have chosen Forever Young. You all are like the diamond in the sun. So going forward in your future education, or as you continue to pursue the workforce, follow your heart in life. Continue to make the diamond shine in your life, as the song you have chosen does state that. You are the diamond in the sun. Thank you to our parents, guardians, grandparents, family members for supporting our graduates. Without you, because of you, that they are here in front of us graduating today. I also like to acknowledge our teachers and our staff. I appreciate you being here for our students and the community members. From every department, from academics to transportation, food services, maintenance, and business office. You all have been there for our students, and I appreciate all that you have done. We're also proud of our class of 2022. At this time, I would like to confirm our graduates. If I may please have our graduates stand. I may please have you turn around to your family members and your parents. On behalf of the school board and our teachers of TóHajiilee Community School, I hereby certify each student has fulfilled their high school requirements. You are now graduates of TóHajiilee Community School. You may turn your tassel from right to left. Let's give a round of applause to our class of 2022. Now they are alumni of TóHajiilee. Thank you, seniors. You may be seated. Thank you for everyone for coming to our senior graduation. Thank you.
I would just like to thank the senior class for giving me the opportunity to be your mistress of ceremony on behalf of today. And congratulations to each and every one of you. Remember, you guys have the key now. So you guys continue your education, continue to make your parents, your family, us, and yourselves proud. And I am very proud of each and every one of you. And I'm thankful that I've got to know each and every one of you. And you guys are awesome. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Next, we will have our closing remarks and benediction by Mr. James Hino, Navajo Nation Council Delegate.
Closing remarks to benediction bay. Ni kadil was ni di ba kehli ko kehdi. Kan ano binya dan ko akhi adon khatsa hodez. Ado ko district ayeti o atlib na che. Alkoni tlon ko kon khalchnen da istragi. Ado yatin kidini di beni biga shnanta president secretary of yisn tagi ba kehli shnala. Ado shnanta school board president Mr. Platero. The school board, Mr. Jordan, at City, Ms. Paulina Beta, school board members. I look so hard. The change out the relationship. I thought Baka on the program, but has traditionally aged. I don't told it chini, but it's chain. I told it clean, you should say that. I told additionally that I come. But that I connect with Chinde Nasha. I thought I quite get a conny translator. I don't image myself on the air at could I any card is what I should know. But I in a conny translator. I don't coach later, Alamo don't remember how to shark. Even that I could a yard by Haley could be cordon action that is tragicon, and it's for Hobbit honey, Clonny. I shall so go able to look at the Isgagin Johnny by Haley Cop. But I yard closing remarks each later. Even that I could not function that is spaghetti to ask good morning, good afternoon. I see a lot of happy young faces here. And I was just sitting back here thinking about the time I graduated from high school also. And it's not that long ago. It's only 40 years ago. I just turned 57 today. And I was like, wow. 57 years old. 1965 is when I was born. So I look back, but it's been good so far. And somewhere down the line, several years, 40 years from now, each and every one will be where I'm at right now. 57 years old, 58 years old. at the same time, you kind of think about, you reflect back on your life and think, where have I been? Where have I been? And where am I off to next? And that's how you kind of approach life. And the way you look at things too is the fact that, how am I going to get to the next level? Where am I going to be at? And so I'm just sitting there thinking about, reflecting back, thinking, wow, I was in high school. I graduated from high school. And then from there, I went to college at UNM. I went to UNM and then met a girl there. And next thing you know, I end up, one day she scared me. She goes, you know what, Jamie? I said, what? She goes, you're going to become a daddy. I was like, oh no. And I was only 20 years old. At that time, I became a young father. And I was thinking, okay, how am I going to move forward with this now? I got myself into this, and I need to move and take care of my responsibility. So, what I had to do was, I had to drop out of school. I had to drop out of college and go home and reflect on, okay, where am I going to do now? So what I did was I decided, okay, I'm going to do what I want to do for a long time when I was a little kid, which is become a police officer. So I started working towards that, working for the credentials, getting the physical test done and everything. And that opportunity came with Grants Police Department, where I became a police officer there at a tender young age of 21. Then I started moving forward with my career. But then again, I started thinking, there's something else that's out there. There's something else that's out there that is telling me to come here. So I left the police force, and I went to work for Navajo Housing Authority. At Navajo Housing Authority, there was a lot of opportunities there. And so with that, I started moving up, learning about the whole operations of NHA. And then I became a housing director there with Navajo Housing Authority. I know families here. I've given houses at East TóHajiilee to a lot of the families here. I remember I said, I know him, I know her, I know that family. But then again, with the Navajo Housing Authority, it gave me the opportunity to also look at real estate. So I started pushing myself and learning about real estate. And I became a realtor, and I got my real estate license, and I started selling land and houses in New Mexico. But then again, I figured there's something else that's out there. There's something that's telling me, do this again. So I started moving again, and I went back to school at the tender age of 43. I figured I'm gonna finish my college. So at 43, I went to Navajo Technical College at that time, NTC. And I went to the Navajo Law Program. And it took me 3 years to finally get my diploma from there. And then because I wanted to take the Navajo Nation bar. So as soon as I graduated, I studied all summer, and in the fall I took my bar exam, and lo and behold, I passed it. I was like, wow, this is so cool. And then so I started moving forward again. I started working with studying the Navajo government. And now I decided to run for Navajo Nation Council 4 years ago. Wow, 4 years has passed. And now this is where I'm at. The message I'm trying to relay here is there has to be that real deep desire to find out where do you want to go. And it's called motivation. Get motivated, be motivated to, okay, after you leave from here today, you start thinking, what do I really want to do? Motivate yourself to do that every day. Get yourself up every morning. My grandma, when I was a young kid, I used to get dropped off at the sheep camp. Me and my younger brother. And my grandma at night, she would just lay there and just talk. And we'd listen to her. She would say, and first thing she would say is, these are your relatives. These are your father's clan, and so forth. The other thing she used to say is, get up early in the morning, she would say, it means that if you sleep, you're lazy, you're idle, everything just starts coming upon you. You can't handle it. That's what my grandma used to say. That she used to say, one of her teachings was that, as che wan do as che yas ti ade kode ha dikete ile hawan benado da ha da chosho do kha or dan ile I thought ba na ge ha lola to ya ha ya la ola bat kisodi let's go somewhere else. Let's take our blessings somewhere else is what they say. But they say in Juno hawan benaf da just enough ada khadet ego just enough ako ya they give you their blessings even that you na so that's what my grandma used to say all the time. So I thought I've been all these teachings that she used to talk to me, and sometimes I think about it. I was like, wow. And so even in as our young graduates here, your next step, wherever you want to go, whether it be to college, military, technical school, technical college, anywhere, many things motivate yourself. Motivate yourself to become the next step. That's what a message I really wanted to give you here. And the other thing, what I wanted to do was share a little quotation with you. When I was at NTU, I took part of this program called Skills USA. And Skills USA, there's many categories, but the main thing I wanted to tackle was prepared speech. And that's one of the things that as young folks here, really practice your speeches in front of crowds, because that's one of the biggest fears in life is giving us public speaking. And so I took part in that prepared speech, and one of the part of that prepared speech was a quotation from this famous Crow chief called Chief Plentycoos. And his speech still resonates with me at this time, and I still remember it. And it goes on like this, and listen to the words too. And this is his quotation. He goes, "Education is your greatest weapon. With education, you are the white man's equal. Without education, you are his victim, and so shall remain all your lives. Study, learn, and help one another always. Because remember, there is only poverty and misery and idleness and dreams. But in work, there is self-respect and independence." So that's his quotation here. So earlier when I talked about just being idle and dreaming and everything, there's poverty and misery. But if you work, you're actually doing working, then you gain that self-respect and you become independent. How to see somewhere you dictate to say, this is how I'm going to live my life. Thank you so much for listening to me. Congratulations. Many prayers for each and every one of you, and for you to be independent down your path of your lives. So with this, Digin the neck, Ronnie Tano, Ronnie deep in the Anigi Kodo, Niked no Eon, Ehoti or Ashigin Haikawi Anigi, but Ayaba hit an instant Kodo, a stewa, those chairs here. Ado could dig in the net on a Finian store. Eben that a cord and faction, did another Istra. Ado Hashim Sob and had at the Hadlo, Ado the Cob, in sick case. Eshe hazin sobet ska khaba insanda le naso de khago shina da des khage gana da des tegi digin de na kodo ai but the zanda di ta enjuna be kid that no di da kon de now e ado ta go thada khata antinda met tinum khao but ta enjuna e kodo nanas data adon da kon il so konfni kliniki amas azmado ajada ni kliniki a cheda masana da ni kliniki Ada code another than clinici anils for a kedani clinici, but Kedle code anils for hitting a chiquitida, when the adult how to share corners, I just want it clodo. Adon the Benache yati code the Hagoshi one that they craggy, how she got that is tigi, a tida macago, a Yanjuna Hafariado. Ado town they have one the 90 car, Juna on 90 car, Aden. Twanas Connie conducted Clada. But I could also the son of deep Bini bige kanashna ahi. Ado benacha ya ko de didem. Ya ni now. Ya khatishi da hon netligi ni tsajo hinsan. Nzago betna dot le khago shi tishin dakni han denigi digin ni tsajo hinsan da. Digin de nada na klini ko de khatspatsen ha. Ado khadashi fan khatchnen da kha. Abike khayde jain da kha. Phone nan da ni chan da pa. Ada khada khai ba da hasya ada shasha ansan ga ba da hasya. But I could have been out about khatspatsen da na che. Adon da di koni khahat zogi. Di could also snatchen. So it's the costly the bensa. Ado chol idol sutna hote. But na chay na cheketa hani take off. Ni rande nils na ho. So even na chay ko yati chatse da di zihi. But jongo da di na mi na jongo. Atsko na kha jongo. Even na chay ko di tz even na chay nishte da hojona hastli da. Hojona hastli.
Okay, that will conclude our graduation ceremony on this day. And give yourselves a round of applause. And once again, congratulations, class of 2022. Go ahead and rise, graduates. You guys will exit out towards the middle. We'll start with Gianna first. You can go out this way.
That's gonna wipe, pull it all out.
Congratulations, class of 2022. Good job, parents, guardians. Good job, family members. Photos for the graduates will be up here in this section. Graduates, if you would like to take photos, you may come up here. Let us clear out. Then graduates, you guys can come up here and take your pictures.
Hello, baby. Brenda wants to talk to you. Hi. Hot city over there. Right?
Yeah, she's here. Which one? I don't still not with him. Here, now this. Which one? Which one? It's too much. Here, girl. Take a picture, Angie.
Baby.